have been finding out their GCSE results. That cohort moved from primary to secondary school during the pandemic, and the results will determine if they progress to sixth form college or into training. But overall, more than a fifth of teenagers were awarded a grade 7. That's equivalent to an A. That's similar to the number last year. The grade gap based on gender has persisted. Nearly a quarter of girls achieved at least a 7 compared to almost a fifth of boys, a 5.1% gap. Regional divides remain large. The area with the smallest proportion of students receiving 7 or higher was the north of England at just under 18%. The top performing region of London saw around 28% of its students receive top grades. Now, the Education Secretary, Bridget Phillipson, has promised to change the odds for disadvantaged children. And the Schools Minister, Catherine McKinnon, told us where students live should not limit their potential.
This is a day of celebration for an awful lot of young people and quite an exciting stepping stone to what comes next. But actually, for far too many young people, the education system is still not delivering for them. And that is why we are really focused as a government on making sure that we start at the earliest years with really quality early education. We're bringing in free breakfast clubs. We're expanding universal free school meals to more children. We really want to make sure that children get that best education experience at every stage of their lives, so that then when they do get to this stage of 16, that they are able in a position and want to take on those opportunities that will be available to them.
Well, the Prime Minister has offered those who got their grade today his congratulations, he said, on social media. To everyone receiving their results today, a huge congratulations. You should all be proud of all you've achieved. My government will ensure your future is shaped by your talent and ambition, not by your background. Well, our education reporter Andrew Pierre-Bakos reports.
I'm here in Richmond Park Academy in southwest London, where, as you can see behind me, there's so many students just milling about, having received their results, sharing the results with friends and family and the teaching staff here, and making those all-important decisions about what they're going to do next. What course of action is best for them? Is it A-levels? Will it be BTECs or vocational qualifications? And students up and down the country, over 1 million students have received their GCSE results today. And there's quite a picture that we can see from these results. There's generally a stable picture of results from last year to this year, but also when we compare these results with pre-pandemic results have generally stabilised. What's also come out, though, is the reoccurring gap between boys and girls' achievement. And we can see this year as well that situation is still very much present, and girls have outperformed with the top grades their male counterparts by about 5% at the top end, where we've got grade 7 and above. So a 7 and an 8 or a 9 would be an A star, an A star in old money. And that's where the students have seen that the boys and the girls, there's still a gap there. But even when we look at the grade C equivalent, which would be a grade 4 now, the girls are still outperforming, achieving about 70% of the girls achieving those grade 4 and above, whereas the boys are kind of still lagging behind at 64%. Now, what's happened this year is that the gap has narrowed slightly, and we know that Bridget Phillipson is keen to work in closing that gap even further, and looking specifically with boys from the white working class communities. We can also see that young people across the country have got different outcomes depending on where they are in the country. So currently, London is outperforming by a strong margin at 28% with A star and above outcomes, whereas the North East is seeing 17%. So there's a gap regionally in the country that we can see as these results unfold for us today. It's good news a lot around here, and you can see that this morning we were speaking to some students this morning regarding their results, and they shared that very, very nerve-wracking moment with us as they opened their results this morning, and we can have a look at that now.
I have got 9 9s and 1 8.
Oh my goodness, that is fantastic! Congratulations!
I was just counting them now. So I got 5 8s, 3 9s, and a 7, which I'm really happy with.
I got 9s, 8s, and 1 6.
Amazing, congratulations.
Well, I got 7 9s, 2 8s, and 1 7.
And how are you feeling?
I feel very happy. Yeah, I'm very proud of my results, and it's obviously like the end of my hard work. So I feel like proud of what I did.
Yeah, I got 9s and then 1 8.
All 9s?
And 1 8, yeah.
Amazing, huge congratulations.
I got 9s, 8s, 7s, and 1 6.